We received this question: is it normal to have anxiety while falling asleep and waking up with it during the night? Yes, it's common for anxious people to have an increase in anxiety while falling asleep and waking up during the night. There are two main aspects to this. Number one, anxious behavior. Anxiety occurs when we behave apprehensively. Worry is an example of apprehensive behavior. Whenever we worry, we'll become anxious. And since we can worry anytime and about anything, anxiety can occur while falling asleep and when waking up during the night. Worry is a behavior. If you have developed the habit of worrying, you can worry anytime, including falling asleep and waking up during the night. Many anxious people notice their anxiety increases when they've woken up during the night. Many also notice their worries seem more threatening during the night than during the day. This is another common anxiety phenomenon. If you are a worrier, you'll experience anxiety every time you worry. The degree of anxiety you feel will be directly proportional to how worried you are. Mild threats produce mild feelings of anxiety, while higher degree threats produce stronger feelings of anxiety. Typically, anxious people worry much more when undistracted and the mind isn't busy focusing on something else. So when they are laying in bed trying to fall asleep, or when woken up in the middle of the night, there's a higher likelihood they'll worry than during the day when they have something else capturing their attention. Again, worry creates anxiety. The more you worry, the more anxious you'll feel. In this case, yes, if you are a worrier, it's normal to have an increase in anxiety while falling asleep and waking up in the middle of the night. Number two, anxiety symptoms. If your question is more about anxiety symptoms, yes, many anxious people notice their symptoms more when they are undistracted, such as when resting, trying to go to sleep, and waking up, including in the middle of the night. There are many reasons for this. Here are three of the most common. Number one, as mentioned, worriers often focus on how they feel when their mind is undistracted. This inward focus can magnify symptoms, making them seem stronger. It's not that the symptoms are stronger, although they can be, but that they can seem stronger when we focus on them. Any undistracted moment can make anxiety symptoms seem stronger, such as when lying in bed and getting ready to sleep and waking up in the middle of the night. Many anxious people notice increased symptoms and awareness of them when the mind is undistracted. Number two, hyperstimulation can make symptoms seem stronger when the body is less active. That's because anxiety symptoms can seem less noticeable when physically active and the mind is busy focusing on something else. Being physically active can burn off circulating stress hormones and spend some of the nervous energy created by hyperstimulation, lessening the impact of anxiety symptoms. And as mentioned, being distracted can pull our attention away from our symptoms, making them seem less bothersome. However, circulating stress hormone levels and nervous energy can build when we begin to rest, making anxiety symptoms seem worse. Moreover, our attention can refocus on the increasing anxiety symptoms, also making them seem more severe. The combination of rising stimulation and increased focus can make anxiety symptoms feel worse. Many anxious people notice an increase in symptoms and awareness of them when trying to rest and undistracted. And number three, anxiety symptoms can spike after the body has had some rest. Resting can reduce circulating stress hormone levels and overall stimulation, making anxiety symptoms feel less severe. That's why many anxious people feel somewhat better when they can get some rest. However, anxiety symptoms can spike immediately after resting, making you feel worse rather than better. This occurs because of how homeostasis is affected by hyperstimulation. You can learn more about homeostatic dysregulation in the article Hyperstimulation. The link is in the comments. Overall, yes, we can feel an increase in anxiety and symptoms while falling asleep and waking up during the night. Again, this is a common occurrence for anxious people. Thankfully, this all subsides when you address your anxiety issues and eliminate hyperstimulation. If you'd like help overcoming anxiety disorder, hyperstimulation, and their symptoms, working with an experienced anxiety disorder therapist is the most effective way of accomplishing success.